Are you experiencing imposter syndrome? Well, you're not alone. We're talking all about it in this video, so stay tuned. Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina and this is Cultivated Chrissy. Now in today's video, I'm getting a little real, emotionally real, and I'm going to be talking about imposter syndrome. Now imposter syndrome as a project manager can definitely be debilitating, but in this video, I'm going to be digging into what the symptoms of imposter syndrome look like and how to overcome it. So let's jump right into it. Imposter syndrome is way more common than you think, even among project managers. And if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, then it may be manifesting itself in a few ways. One is just feelings of inadequacy, feeling like you're not qualified for the job, like you don't know enough or you don't have enough experience to be able to do the job. You may think that you're not deserving of promotions or receiving accolades for things that you've done and contributed. And you may also be fearful that everyone's going to find out that you're not good enough, despite you having the experience, the success, the skills, all of these things, and proven that you've been able to do this job well. So despite that, you may be experiencing imposter syndrome, but I'm going to dig into what those symptoms look like and how to overcome it in this video. Now, I'm here to tell you that overcoming imposter syndrome is a constant battle, even after years of being in the field. It is totally normal to have these emotions and fears, but it's not something that you have to accept. You need to recognize the symptoms and fight. Do what it takes to overcome it. Now, the first symptom is that you're probably underestimating your skills, your experience, and your knowledge. So if you're letting imposter syndrome creep in this way, then you're probably minimizing what you've been able to accomplish, the knowledge you've gained, the skills you've acquired. And you're even, when something happens, when something good happens, you're probably writing it off and saying, that was just luck, or it was because someone else was involved, rather than attributing part of that success to what you've contributed and your skill sets and your experience. So you don't want to do that. Don't underestimate yourself. Give yourself grace and celebrate your wins as they come so that you don't forget them. Even if you have to keep a running list of all the things that you've accomplished to reflect on whenever that imposter syndrome is starting to creep in, then do that. And the plus side is that document is going to help you later on if you're trying to get a promotion or whatever the case may be, a raise, whatever the case. So keep that running list, reflect on it, celebrate your wins, and you can overcome that symptom. The next way that imposter syndrome can creep in is that you probably are experiencing a fear of failure. And this is totally normal, but you can overcome it. You're probably feeling insecure about your abilities or that you can't do something successfully. And that fear can keep you from even getting started. That can be definitely destructive. So we want to get a hold of that. It can impact you not only in your ability to get started, but also in making decisions. It can ruin your confidence. And all of that is going to be needed as a project manager in order to do your role successfully. So when you feel that fear kicking in, plan your steps and take the steps. As project managers, we're planners. So make a plan and work the plan. The more you do that, the easier it will be to take those steps, even when the fear starts to creep in. Next is perfectionism. You don't have to be perfect. And if you try to uphold this idea of perfection, then if you don't hit it, you're going to further reduce your confidence, further make yourself insecure. So you don't want to do that. Again, give yourself grace. Project management is a career where you're constantly learning. Who you are and what you know and have learned is going to be vastly different on day 101 versus day 201. Dig your heels into the work and give yourself the opportunity to learn and grow. Don't subject yourself to these unrealistic ideas of perfectionism. Don't set unrealistic deadlines. You don't need to know everything. Lean on your experts, lean on your team, document everything and review those documents daily. Prepare yourself for any interactions that you're going to have. If you do that, you'll be all right. Just be a few steps ahead. That's the goal. Now, the next symptom is that you're probably having difficulty asking questions and delegating tasks. Now, you are the project manager, but the very nature of the job is to be a facilitator, bringing people together, asking questions, and delegating tasks based on their roles and their area of expertise. That is the very nature of the job. So don't get in your head and convince yourself that if you ask questions or delegate tasks, that somehow reflects negatively on your ability to do your job. That is completely completely false. I've worked with several project managers that have 20, 30 years of experience and they still have to ask questions, okay? You won't be any different. The worst thing that you can do is let that fear creep in and stop you from asking questions, and then you start making a whole bunch of assumptions, and God forbid those assumptions are wrong, and then all you had to do was just ask to provide you the clarity you need and the appropriate path moving forward. So you don't want to just make assumptions. You're going to have to ask questions. We're human. We don't know everything, and you're not going to be expected to know everything either. It's important to recognize that imposter syndrome is a common experience, and it's one that a lot of people share. Yes, in project management, but even outside of that. So show yourself compassion, recognize your strengths and the accomplishments that you've been able to make, and lean on your team, ask those questions, and then you'll start to reduce those feelings of imposter syndrome. Implement what we talked about today. I hope you found this reassuring and know that you're not in this alone. A lot of people share this, but you don't have to accept it. You can fight and overcome these different feelings, okay? Like this video if you found it helpful. That is it for now, and make sure you subscribe for more videos on how to master the role of a project manager. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.